Good morning, and welcome to second day of this conference. These are all the survivors of the after party, I guess. The other people are still sleeping. So, well done you. My after party was just passing out in my hotel room because I was dead after yesterday. So hopefully today will be as packed. We're starting today with somebody who actually came over from Warsaw, Poland, and he is the director of the EMEA services for AI in Microsoft, and he's going to talk to us about unleashing your AI potential, about what services that you can use and how you can actually get into AI with the products that we provide. So without further ado, this is Ramshankar Krishnan, who I just interrupted from drinking, so that's kind of rude, but we're getting there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry,
I bring it to you.
That's okay. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. It's so great to be here. What a venue to have the first AI Congress here. And today I'm going to talk to you and share Microsoft's view and our vision for AI. We do live in a changed world. We live at a time when there is massive disruptions that are happening around us, when there is transformation that's happening around us, as corporations, as society, and as individuals. And each one of you, as developers, as potentially creators of these disruptions, have a massive role to play. And this transformation and disruption is primarily created by this data deluge that we're seeing. That's the snapshot from The Economist about 10 years ago, roughly, when the term big data was just being coined. And at that time, it was fundamentally restricted to a few scenarios. But you fast forward 10 years, today, big data and data is now being seen as the most valuable resource. People are calling it the new oil, the new electricity, and whatnot. It is the real currency, and we believe the true potential of data is yet to be realized because there is more data that is being generated every single day. And this data is being generated, it correlates with some of the disruptions that are happening with the technologies as well. If you think about the mobile, if you think about the cloud. And today there is massive amount of data that is being generated, which is born in the cloud. And the type of data has changed from being structured to majority of the data that we're now seeing as being unstructured. And the value from the data is being realized through these technologies, through these technical disruptions. But there's nothing bigger than what we are seeing that's happening right now with the convergence of three trends that's going to make this transformation truly pervasive across all organizations, across all people. The convergence of the cloud, along with the data and the algorithms that helps make sense of the data. And organizations that can harness this power are going to be able to outperform. It will eventually become a case of winner takes it all. Organizations that are able to make full use of these trends are going to be able to outperform their peers. From a consumer standpoint as well, if you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer, our expectations are changing. We are in this era of hyper-personalization. How many of us today are glued to the TV sets, looking at generic ads anymore? No, we like personalized content. We want organizations that are servicing us to know our exact need at the exact time. So this is the opportunity, using AI, using the amount of data that's available for organizations to be able to shift from being segment-focused to becoming more individual-focused. From moving from interactions, one-to-many interactions, to one-on-one engagements. And the technology and AI is going to make that possible. For developers, that's going to mean moving away from creating apps that potentially live on multiple devices, multiple channels, to creating new digital experiences that are omni-channel, that can span across different engagement points, that are smart, that's fast and responsive, and more than anything, inclusive. And these digital experiences is going to be enabled by AI. We believe the goal of AI is to amplify human intelligence, to make it human-centric, by providing the ability to reason, to be able to understand and interact in more meaningful ways. Those are the new digital experiences that we are moving towards. And our vision is quite broad from a Microsoft perspective. Developers are right in the middle of that. This is where we want to empower innovation. We want to empower organizations to go through the transformation that their industry is demanding, that their customers are demanding. And more than anything, we believe that AI has the power to really solve some of the broad societal challenges that we have today. I'll walk through a few of these. When we talk about innovation, we have, in the last few years, Microsoft has been investing in AI for multiple decades right now. But in the last few years, we have seen critical breakthroughs that have happened that's driving this innovation. We have reached human parity in some of these key areas. If you think about vision, what computers used to be to store images, now we have the ability to understand. The computers can understand what's in an image. With respect to speech, not just understanding that there is something that's spoken, but also understanding the intent of what is being spoken. Think about the experiences you would be able to create through these. Ability to comprehend text, not just merely know what is written in there, but understand the deeper meaning that's behind the text. So we have actually driven a lot of this innovation, and we want to be able to expose it to developers, and I'll talk about that through our cognitive services APIs. We are empowering developers, and we're seeing a massive uptake on it. There are 1.2 developers right now that use our cognitive services to create these new experiences. We have 60 languages that are being supported by our PowerPoint translator right now, the auto translation, and we are now bringing out more. So you're seeing that these breakthroughs that we have as a company in the AI space is now being exposed as well to you as developers to create your own new digital experiences. And our worldview is about the intelligent cloud, but also about the intelligent edge, which is critical. We really want to enable taking intelligence to where the data is. It's not always you will be able to move the data into the cloud to create these new digital experiences. You have to take these experiences to where it's being created. You have to take these experiences to where the data lives. So you will see that our focus has been to enable both these ecosystems of the intelligent cloud and the intelligent edge. Here is an example of that.
every time a technology has moved from the hands of a few to a wide variety of people, a whole new set of capabilities that we never even imagined suddenly come into existence and change the world.
Cognitive services enables developers to take advantage of AI without being a data scientist.
Some enterprises don't have the luxury of being able to call out to the cloud all the time.
Now with cognitive services and containers, that opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Containerization is really the act of packaging up an application that you can take and put on any machine.
Azure is the only cloud that enables customers to take cognitive services in containers and use them on their own terms, in their own control.
I can go from a development environment to a production environment fairly quickly and build on top of that and expand it.
For example, a remote oil rig may not have bandwidth to transfer all of its data back up to a cloud solution, but definitely has strong needs.
Let's say that you are a hospital and you have tens of thousands of handwritten documents and you need to start processing those. With OCR and containers, you can actually run the models directly over the documents without sending them to the cloud and get a digital version of all that information. If I was in retail and I wanted to process customer feedback about my products, I could run that through language detection and key phrase extraction. Being able to process my text with sentiment models helps me to understand if what's being said is positive, negative, or neutral. This is enabling an entire new set of applications and use cases for our customers to use AI that previously was not possible.
It's really exciting to see what other people are building on top. That's been amazing to watch, and it's really, honestly humbling.
So that's in preview right now, and you can test it out. It's available right now for you to use. That's the shift, that's the focus that's happening, in being able to really look at these technologies, which have been previously conceived as cloud only, which requires massive amount of data to train, but now you're going to be able to deploy that at the edge to make insightful decisions where it matters. So when we think about an AI journey for our customers, it goes beyond bespoke POCs and one-off pilots. We really think about AI being transformative across the organization. For that, we really believe we have to bring AI to every application, infuse AI into every business process, and leverage the insights that you can get to make the process more intelligent. And more than anything, democratize AI and bring AI to every single employee. When we think about bringing AI to every application, you can think about it in two broad trends. The first one is using our pre-built AI services, which you can infuse existing applications with to create new experiences, or create new applications such as conversational agents, bots, and build a brand new experiences through those. Today, we have a variety of cognitive services that covers vision, speech, language, knowledge search that you can use to infuse your existing applications. It's basically as simple as calling a RESTful API to create these new experiences. Think about if you are able to take an image and really understand what's going on in the image. Or look at analyzing text to analyze the sentiment and take different actions. This is possible today. You will be able to use these APIs and infuse your existing applications and create new experiences. In terms of the conversational platform, that's an easy way to create new experiences. And today we are moving into the world where bots are actually becoming a lot more natural. So this is an example that you see out there of a real conversation of a bot that we have, Geos, in China. It's a social companion, but the focus of the bot is to also demonstrate EQ, emotional quotient, along with the intelligence. It is a full duplex conversation, which means the bot understands the context. The bot is now able to story tell. In fact, it tells stories which are personalized to kids. It's creating poetry. It's in fact hosting TV shows in China. This is a massive step forward that we have taken with this technology to make it relevant. So we're moving away from humans changing our ways to be able to interact with computers to computers now able to understand human in its natural form, in our natural form. But these bot cases or these experiences around being natural, about having an emotional quotient that is getting closer to human, is very applicable in the enterprise as well. Today, there are a number of different cases that we can create bots, whether it's commerce, whether it's information only, for like simple things as Q&A, or whether it's productivity related, where we can have agents that can help employees in the organization do their jobs better. If you go back 20 years, when the internet revolution was happening, every company had a website. But it was beyond just an informational website. The website actually represented the brand of the company. The website exposed business services of the company. We really believe that virtual agents and bots have the same responsibility. It should represent the brand of the company. It should be able to expose services through the bot. And recently, we had announced an accelerator. This is on GitHub. You'll be able to look it up on GitHub. That provides you an easy way to create this personalization. Easy way to configure a virtual assistant that really represents your brand, your company's brand. And we have done this with multiple customers. With NBA, their web application right now is infused with cognitive services. And with BMW, we're actually working with them for their in-car digital assistant to be powered through these new technologies. When we think about bringing AI to every business process, it's really the opportunity to look at absorbing all the new signals to be able to get new customer insights, feedback from employees, the operational data, and telemetry about products and services to better engage with customers, to better empower employees, and be able to optimize operations and create new services. AI is in the middle of enabling this digital feedback loop that's going to make this transformation possible. And when we think about business processes, it's applicable for vertical processes. When you think about something specific to healthcare, specific to risk, but also across horizontal processes. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, operations, and workforce, this is quite pervasive across all this. And today we use AI and machine learning to infuse these business processes and make them more intelligent. To enable this, we follow a strategy of, again, really democratizing AI across the spectrum, where we can go from SaaS-based AI, which is much more you call existing services, and if you really focused on time to market, AI right now is being built deeply into our dynamic suite of products and across every other Office product. We also have AI accelerators, which are right in the middle. For example, our AutoML in Azure provides you an opportunity to be able to provide the data that you have and then have the AutoML system really pick the right features and even help fine-tune your hyperparameters to get the best results. Or you can get really deep and build custom AI, which is going to provide you the best flexibility. Yesterday, we GA'd, we made Azure machine learning service generally available, with the focus of ensuring that every single developer and data scientist out there has the best platform, use the tools that they are very familiar with. Python has been deeply integrated. PyTorch has been integrated to help them go through the entire life cycle of taking data and creating insightful actions from that data, all the way, if you look at that whole life cycle, enabling that and making that possible.
Retail is a key engine of the Shell Group. We have 30 million customers every day in one of our branded stations, somewhere along the world. We are in over 70 markets.
Shell's retail goal for safety is linked to Goal Zero, making sure that every visit to every site is done in a safe way, and our customers and our staff are safe at all times. Our retail sites are exposed to safety risks ranging from vehicle hitting someone, theft, smoking, also things like wrong refueling behaviors.
Being able to detect those in near time and potentially intervene could be very, very beneficial for us. Historically, we haven't been able to analyze its entirety. It's very manually labor-intensive to try to analyze the hours of CCTV footage that we capture on our retail sites every day. With computer vision, we can take observations in our physical assets, and we can straight away derive insight from them. We've developed a collection of machine learning models that operate both at the edge and in the cloud. We can identify events of interest at the edge in near time. We can pass those into the cloud for tight processing, and we can use the cloud to provide near-time alerting. The Azure cloud is powering this transformation. We're now able to take a lot of the platform as a service offerings that Azure gives us, things like IoT Hub and Azure Databricks, combine them with open source technology like TensorFlow and Kafka, and bring that together into a solution quickly. What deep learning gives us is the ability to firstly filter that footage and find events that might be interesting for people to review more closely. But it also allows us to use that same information as labeled footage to train our algorithms and continuously improve.
Instead of a snapshot after an event, it would be a 24/7 ongoing, near real-time data feed that will help us conduct our operations far more safely. And that's wonderful.
The insights we're getting from this gives the service champion a third pair of eyes, which we didn't have before.
We're right at the early stages of the pilot. If we can leverage this technology at scale, we can start to change the way that we do business. And that means making things more effective, reducing cost, and also improving safety. And that's great for us. It's a huge opportunity.
So that's a great case of how we leverage custom AI to be able to build those new experiences, to take advantage of those new scenarios. But we don't want AI to be restricted to the few. We want to be able to democratize AI, and we want to bring AI to every employee. So we're introducing the concept of the citizen data scientist, where every person in the organization is able to take advantage of the vast amount of data that is being generated and help them do their jobs better. When we think about this, our focus is primarily around how do we convert chaos to knowledge. Today, there are data silos across the organizations. In fact, there's an estimated 20% of data scientists' time and people's time are just spent on identifying the right data, let alone trying to find meaning behind it. We want to be able to shorten that. We want to be able to provide easy access to data, easy access to good data, because AI is not possible without good data. And our focus is to be able to address that data estate, to be able to modernize that data estate, to provide the knowledge and remove the chaos from the data estate. The second piece is to be able to create democratized data AI experiences. Again, I talked about the AutoML and talked about the plethora of AI services, including the cognitive services and the bot services that are available that people can make use of. And also in terms of self-service AI. And a great example of that is what we are right now building into Power BI. Power BI right now is primarily used by end users, but you can see that there's a number of roles that actually contribute to creating those insights. And across each of these roles, we are looking at infusing AI through that. One aspect is the key driver analysis that's built into Power BI, which can help a person understand what are those key drivers that has led to a particular decision. Or it could be about leveraging cognitive services and integrating popular data science languages like R and Python right into your Power BI. So you can actually now build an end-to-end machine learning model in your Power BI. So this is in preview, and you should be able to take advantage of this right away. So when you now think about, we believe that AI has much broader implications than individuals and organizations. We believe that AI should empower the entire society, be able to address some of those key challenges today that seems unsurmountable. So we are focused in AI for good across 3 different streams. The first one is, how do we make the world a more inclusive place? Can we use AI to improve the inclusivity, to really address people that are differently able, to get them much better integrated into society? We are investing in AI for Earth, which is again looking at how do we manage critical resources like water? How do we use AI technologies to improve agriculture practices and productivity? How do we look at using AI for addressing some of the challenges that we have because of the climate changes? And the third piece is really looking at using AI for humanitarian purposes, whether it is for disaster recovery, whether it is for predicting disasters better or predicting earthquakes, or helping people at difficult times, whether it's war or whether it's because of natural calamities. But we have a responsibility as developers. I can tell you, I'm originally from India, and I live in Poland, and I have the opportunity to travel around Europe. Without technology, I will be lost. But I still remember there was a time when I was so dependent on maps to get from one place to the other when I initially landed up in Poland, that I actually had to learn the hard way that I can't be blindly trusting the maps, because I got lost a lot of times following the maps blindly. Now you think about AI, and you think about your responsibility in putting this technology to use. Your responsibility to ensure that people don't get lost using this technology, because you are responsible for creating these new digital experiences. You are responsible for creating AI. To be able to do that, we need to be able to build trust. And that trust will happen when we have a fair approach, when we build systems that are reliable in the face of failure, when we build AI systems that are inclusive, that respects individuals' privacy and the dignity of human beings, a system that's transparent about how it works, and a system where there is accountability built in for the decisions that we make. As developers, we are responsible for building this system. We are responsible for building a trusted and responsible AI. We are responsible for creating these new digital experiences And the future is here. The future is now.
Innovation, it's not just a word, it's an action. With artificial intelligence, we are not crawling or walking or running, we are flying today. Microsoft AI helps an architect bring history back to life. He doesn't see data, he sees fragments of our past. This is now. Artificial intelligence helps farmers grow more food with less resources. She's not collecting information, she's feeding a growing population without wrecking the planet. This is real. An engineer explores how AI can help the deaf see sound. She's not looking at obstacles, she's staring down opportunity. Innovation doesn't see the possibility of tomorrow, it creates tomorrow. And are you ready for the headline? Tomorrow is here today.
We have an incredible opportunity ahead of us to leverage these technologies to create meaningful experience, to create responsible experience, but really pave the way for what's going to come down as part of this massive transformation. We have a real opportunity to be inclusive and empower the entire world and help them participate in this revolution that's happening. It's what is called AI. From a Microsoft perspective, we believe AI is not a product, but it's a set of these solutions and experiences that are going to be enabled by developers like yourself. We have an exciting future ahead of us, and I hope you share the same vision that we have. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And I'm going to hand it back to Christian for any questions that we might want to take. Thank you.